We said our goodbyes to Luton, Cardiff and Plymouth, relegated from the Championship last season. Can they bounce straight back up from League One? I had a chat with Callum Fowler, brilliant YouTuber, yesterday. Full interview is coming, but here is a clip on the relegated three. So what is your take on the three relegated teams then that have come down into League One? So speaking of kind of money bags, Luton are going to have a year two parachute payment in League One.
Yeah.
And don't mischaracter what I'm about to say. I'm not saying they'll have more money than Birmingham. Birmingham have got more money than God. But FFP-wise, I know it's different in League One. They've basically got more headroom because it's TV money that you... If I know Luton won't do it, they could literally spend 35 million quid on players and salaries and not make a loss because in League One. So they won't do that because they're going to build a stadium. But does that advantage make Luton just massive favourites, or is there a bit of stink after the last couple of years?
I would say so. I think the favourites. Looking at it early doors, I know. I don't want to get too carried away because you look at last season and the money that Huddersfield spent, for example. We're a manager that has had a decent track record on this division. We were good with Barnsley, kept Cheltenham up many times, like a couple of times in there.
I thought he was great. Yeah,
it did well. They were lucky that they had him, or they'd have gone down. How bad they were second half of the season.
I mean, you'll know better than me. So unlucky at Barnsley as well.
We got absolutely robbed. I'm going to bring it up because I like doing it. But we got absolutely shafted by Wednesday in that final.
I was there, mate. I was there. It was a tough one, that one, wasn't it?
It was. Imagine drive back. It took about 8 hours to get to Yorkshire. All going the same way. Guinness that all the way back on the windows.
Carry on, mate. On Luton.
The thing is, the fact that they just announced them 3 players at once. They announced a Dauphin, Naki Wells, and what other one? Oh, that Lombard that were on loan at Huddersfield. They just announced them 3 on free transfers like it's no. Like that, I think that shows the standard, especially the Dauphin signing. That impressed me a lot. I thought he'd have got a championship move after how good he were a really poor Rotherham side. And they've not. Have they even spent? Have they spent money on anybody yet? It feels like
they never really do. I know last year, I think McGuinness was really expensive at the start of the season. And who did they take for Isaiah Jones in League One? When he was coming through at Borough, he was scary. But, I think he had some kind of personal problems with his bereavement or 2 even in his family or something. And he kind of went off the radar a little bit. What do you make of Matt Bloomfield? Because... some would say he jumped too early and, well, maybe the relegation kind of proves that. But he's now that manager in the same division as he was bossing last year with way bigger resources.
Yeah, exactly. But that comes with a different sort of pressure, doesn't it? I guess. Like what I think easiest example is Wilder, who works so much better with no money.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably the biggest asset that Luton have got, really. When you look at... He had him. I know Birmingham had games in hand, but when he left, they were top at league over that Birmingham side. And Wickham did have very good players. They used loan market really well. Obviously, there's Corney, who stands out quite a lot. But like you said, this Luton, this is just a different world. Like the finance, he could effectively go and take anything he wants from this division. If he wants someone from... maybe it's like a Barnsley or an Huddersfield, that you could almost just go and get them. Just with like money that they've got. If they want to, it's up to them the level of squad that they want to build, isn't it? Really, like you've said. But I struggle to see someone doing better than them.
It's difficult because in League One, I always kind of say you got this weird meeting of failed Premier League teams and teams essentially. I mean, like Stevenage, with all the love in the world, with like a non-league good non-league setup, meeting in one place. And unless you can do what Birmingham did and like build an 11 players of a championship team, you kind of have to accept that you're in League One and, purchase for that hybrid division where you are going to have Mansfield kick the crap out of you on a Tuesday night or something like that. So those signings you mentioned for Luton kind of make sense in that regard.
I like the Naki Wells one as well. I feel like you've said, it's such a strange place, and even like the players that have been in both. Like I'll just reference us again. McGoldrick's come to Barnsley from Notts County, And he has said in interview, he don't think the level, apart from the top end of League One where you get sides that want to play football, like Birmingham and that, it's not that different standard-wise. A lot of teams play very similar stuff, like your Stevenages and Mansfields, Burtons. So you have got to adapt to that. But I think Birmingham did that well by still playing football like 99% of the time. I think they handled it very well.
Yeah, and it would have been so tempting to just kick it in the box and try and win 3-4-0 just on the quality of your players. And well, I think that will pay off for them this season. What about Plymouth? Because I'm kind of cross with Plymouth because obviously they beat Ipswich to the title and their fans love to remind us who the actual champions were. And then I kind of got over it and realised they were just a brilliantly run club doing really good things when the jealousy kind of stopped. And it kind of ruined it a bit last season, hiring Wayne Rooney and getting relegated. But Sam Parkin, who does the Championship Check-In podcast with me, was really impressed with some of Tom Cleverley's work at Watford. So do we get the old Plymouth back with a decent manager? I know we mentioned no Hardy, but is it good Plymouth or bad Plymouth we're about to get?
It's hard to say because they've not done a lot either, have they? They've brought some players in, but in terms of what they've lost, I don't think they've scratched the surface of money they could spend yet. They did it really good, like you said. They did it really good last time, didn't they? Did they have Mumba and Whittaker on loan and then bought them both and they got promoted? Yeah, they got promoted over your side with Sam Cosgrove stood up front. Like that is crazy in itself. So
that was just lightning in a bottle. That was just their year. They were incredible. Yeah, it was 101 points as well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So good. Yeah.
So many 2-1s as well. They weren't slapping teams up like you were. They just scrape by all the time. I think that they might miss that with Schumacher, and that's not what Cleverley's sort of about, is it?
No,
I wouldn't know. I think they're hard to call Plymouth. I haven't got much an opinion yet because I'm trying to see what they're going to do.
I think what you're saying that's gone from there. Do you remember that momentum they had under Ryan Lowe and Stephen Schumacher? I always remember I was at Portman Road watching Ipswich, and it's that time of the season where it's like, just win. You've just got to win. And playing Port Vale, they stuck 10 behind the ball and then took the lead just before half-time. And we must have had like 75 shots in the second. Just managed to win it 2-1. And you're like, yes, I'm happy. And my phone goes, 94th minute.
Yeah.
Plymouth have won again. And you're like, oh, they're champions. They're just going to... But I don't know whether that momentum and whatnot has gone from them. What do you make of Cardiff, who've been a bit of a basket case in the Championship, been circling the drain for a while with weird ownership? Where'd you have them kind of falling into the promotion picture?
They've come down in such a mess, though, haven't they? Like from the financial side of things. They've still got that striker. What's his name? Is it Salic? Is that his name?
Oh God, yeah. Surely
they've still got him.
He won't be there. He'll score 40 goals in that.
I know. Well, you think so? Yeah. Callum Robinson's still there. I think. I'm sure he's still there. I think the only one that's gone is Callum O'Dowda. He's gone to Hungarian side, hasn't he?
Really?
But, yeah, he's ended up at what are they called? Fevrid Summit. It begins with Fev.
With your mate Callum Stiles, yeah.
Yeah. God, he don't like me. Anyway,
I was just going with the Hungary link.
Yeah. There's the number one that's hard. I think it's just tough to call at the minute. Last season, in this league, I think Stockport, for example, and Wrexham took advantage of your typically bigger sides that were so bad. Like Blackpool, Huddersfield, Bolton, Barnes, like none of them got top 6. Peterborough were down scrapping at bottom, aside they've been in playoffs 2 sides before. So I think it's good. I think a lot of them have sorted themselves out a bit, and it will be a bit tougher at top. But Cardiff, honestly, I wish I had an answer, but I don't. I actually just don't know at the minute.
It'd be fascinating. I'd forgotten about Selleck as well. I might have to bring that up and pretend it's my original idea when we're talking about strikers for Ipswich to be looking at, because that might be some good depth.